Hello, everyone. How are you? Yes, I know. I'm sorry that it's taken me so long after I promised and I promised and I promised that we would be doing a show. But if I got a story for you, I can't do the show for like a very long because the thing that I've been trying to do for the last 4 days still hasn't gotten done. And today it's finally going to get done. That's another story for another day that has to do with an auction and a uh, lab grown meat company that went out of business. It's nothing you need to know about, but I'm going to wait until everybody kind of gets in here so that you can hear the story about the high speed chase that I was involved with. It was real life GTA. And it has a moral to the story. And I'm sorry you're hearing all those notifications if you're hearing them from my phone. Technically, I'm still at work. Uh, I it's got a moral. It's got a learning lesson that I think every single one of you should take to heart because it is serious, serious business. I'm going to let me get into Discord and see if I can find anybody because some people in the Discord were asking about if we were doing this or not. Come on, Discord. Where are you? I don't know why everything's not pulling up. What is going on? I think it's just because I have too many windows open. I do have an awful lot of windows open right now. And I will explain why. There is a very good reason why I have a lot of windows open. I haven't sat down at my computer since the high speed chase. But I'm going to wait for everybody to populate in so I can tell you all the story together. All right. Why is my Discord not up? Downloading updates. Oh, of course. So yeah, what I'm doing today is the auction. A lab grown meat company went belly up near me, and they were having a big auction, and I ended up getting one of those space heaters for my brother. Super expensive, like for patios and stuff. Super expensive. And I got it for like $70, but we have to pick it up. And I've been trying to get with my brother, my idiot brother. Yeah, that guy. You've heard stories about him. I've been trying to get with him to find out to have him get with him so he can pick it up because I got to be there, and then he's got a truck with a lift on it because that way I don't have to lift it up. But this is going to be the third try that I'm going to get. He's a busy guy, and his life is interesting. So we got two people in here. Hey, Golly's in this dream. My brother is awesome. Yeah, okay. Let me tell you about what happened to me Monday night. It does involve a Dodge Caravan, a 2003 Dodge Caravan, a car thief, an Airtag, and so many cops in two different cities. So many cops. So here is the story. Monday night, I'm watching TV, just had dinner, I'm just like chilling out. I get a phone call from my brother, and he's like, "Holy crap! I'm at the property now. My brother and I, we inherited 50% each, or 25% each of this building that it's got 4 units, and it's got like a big O tires and a carpet store and a mechanic, and then there's one open unit that doesn't have anybody in it right now. And Ian's over there, he uses it kind of for storage and stuff, and he's got his boat there, he's got his box truck in there. He's not supposed to have any of that there, but he does. But he's out there all the time. So 8:30, he says, "I'm at the property. I just had my minivan stolen. I went in to the empty unit, and I parked my minivan, and I was thinking to myself, I'm tired. I didn't sleep really well. I just moved 300 bricks. He just bought a bunch of bricks and stuff and just moved them and stacked them. So he spent all day moving bricks, and he's like, I'm just going to close my eyes for a second. And he fell asleep on the couch that we have in there. And he wakes up to the sound of his minivan backing out. And he thinks it's one of his friends. And then he realizes, holy crap, it's not a friend. Somebody's stealing my van. So we have cameras at the place, and Ian calls and says, hey, pull up the cameras. I just had my car stolen. Like, how long ago? Like 5 minutes ago. Go pull up the cameras. Got to see. The cops are coming. I want to have the video for the cops. So I'm on the phone with him, and the cop shows up, and you know what it's like when you have a car that is stolen in a fairly large city. This is in a fairly large city. It's in a place called Concord, which is outside of San Francisco. It's a fairly big city. And you know what happens when you get your car stolen like that, especially a 2003 Dodge Caravan. The cop comes up, he pulls out his paper and takes a report because he knows that Dodge Caravan is going to be one of two places. It's either going to be parted out to the point where you never be able to find it again, or you're going to find it wrecked on the side of the road or abandoned. So that's how it is. That's how car thefts generally, that's the ultimate outcome. So he's, just going through the motion. It's not that I blame them for that. It's just what are they going to do? A Dodge Caravan in a city that's, this is right next to a freeway. The guy was on the freeway in less than 30 seconds. So the minivan's gone. Nothing they could do. So he's taking the notes, and Ian's like, I have a description. I can get you a video. I've got a picture. The guy's asking for a description. He's like, I'm looking it up. My sister's finding the actual timestamp for it. She's looking it up at home because I can pull it up on my computer. And as he's walking over to the closet where the area where we keep the hard drive of the thing, all of a sudden he realizes, holy shit, your Airtag is in the van. I had gone down to see him. Remember, I went for Thanksgiving down to Arizona. Oh, that's my brother. That's my Eddie brother. Hold on a second. Yep. You just left the property? All right. So I'll see you in about 25 minutes. Okay. Good. All right. 35 minutes it is. Bye. All right. So I got 35 minutes to talk to you. So, I went down to Arizona to have Thanksgiving with him, and I put Airtags on both of my dogs because I knew that he was an area that didn't have fences, and it's like, I just didn't want my dogs running off. So I put Airtags on both dogs. Buddy, the Schnauzer, the Airtag fell off of his collar while he was down there. And my brother found it after I left. So he's like, I'm just going to pick it up and I'll give it back to her when I see her. So he had it in his house until a couple of days, like 4 days ago. And he's like, all right, I'm going to see her in a little while. I'm just going to grab the Airtag, and he stuck it in the van, intending to give it back to me. And then the van got stolen. So he turns to the cop and says, there's an Airtag in the car. And it's, of course, linked to my phone. So I'm pulling up my phone and I'm looking at Buddy, his Airtag. And I'm pulling up my pictures up here so you can see it. Sure enough, it's on Highway 4 in Pittsburgh right now. I'm pulling it up and I'm seeing this. And it's like, I know exactly where that stolen car is right now. All of a sudden, everything changes with the way that the cops were treating this, because now it's not just like, hey, the car, what are we going to do? The minivan's gone. It went to, oh, we can track where this motherfucker is right now. So he's like like you could tell he wasn't quite sure that we had a good track on him. That's why I have this picture, because the cop is like, send me a picture. Can you give me a screenshot of where he is? And I'm like, I show it to him. And then I'm like, he starts to see like, oh crap, we've got like street names. We can see exactly where this thing is. So everything changes. He calls up Pittsburgh Police Department. He's a whole different like city, like 10 miles away. And he's like, you have a car thief, a minivan stolen and conquered. The minivan had an Airtag in it, and we are tracking it right now. The Pittsburgh Police Department pukes officers at that point because this is what they live for. They are going to be chasing down a car thief that they can't lose. We have him tracked. So I'm here, and it's my phone. So I'm on the phone with my brother. My brother is standing in front of the Concord cop. The Concord cop is on the radio to the Pittsburgh cops. The Pittsburgh cops are to the Pittsburgh Dispatch. The Pittsburgh Dispatch is talking to the cops. So I'm giving them information back of exactly where he is. I'm giving him addresses. It's like, okay, now, he was at, that address. Now he's at between 590 and 598 California Avenue in Pittsburgh. Now he's on this street. Now he's taken a left and gone that way. So the cops are literally chasing right behind him, because they know where he is and where he's heading, and they're trying to set it up to get him. Wherever that guy goes in that 2003 minivan, there's cops heading down the road at him. So he takes off and he makes a turn into, that meme. This was the moment he knew he fucked up. He made a turn into an area that had it was essentially one way in, one way out. It was a very nice neighborhood, but it was just one road in, one road out, and it was a bunch of like streets in circles around there, but there's only one way in and one way out. He turns in there, and at that point, it was over. All of the cops flood into this area. A lot of them stationed at the exit. And he's just racing up and down one street after another, trying to look for a way to get out of it. And he realizes it's Grand Theft Auto at that point. He's just rolling through this at high speeds. They throw down a spike strip. He spikes the car. He jumps out of the car and just bails and runs. So the car is left behind. And of course, I can see exactly where the car is. And they know where he is. He's in this area and he's got to come out sometime. So they get the flatbed, they load up the minivan, they take it over to the tow yard, and then they just post a couple of cops at the exit. Just waiting. Well, we're getting paid. We're here all night. We got donuts. We're good. We'll just hang here. So this went on until about 2:00 in the morning. So the reason why Ian was so panicked was in this vehicle that got stolen was a bag. My brother's in the process of moving from California to Arizona. In this bag was, because he has to change all of his cars over and change all of the licenses over and get an ID in Arizona. In that bag was his birth certificate. All of some California plates of the vehicles that he had taken the California plates off of, because he's got multiple vehicles. He's in construction. He's got a lot of vehicles. A bunch of Arizona plates for the vehicles he hadn't switched over yet. Just a ton of personal documents that would just be nothing but a bonus to any thief, certainly any car thief, and that could wreak havoc on his life because, of course, all of those license plates identify him. He would be getting phone calls and warrants out for him forever because of these freaking license plates. In addition to his birth certificate. And it also a box full of keys that are keys to everything he owns, including multiple properties, like rental properties that we own together, like all of the keys, the spare keys to all of the businesses in that building. So, of course, the cop in Concord is telling the Pittsburgh cop, "Hey, is there a box of keys and a blue bag in there?" And the Pittsburgh cop says, "Yeah." He goes, "Can you do me a favor? Can you grab that box and grab those keys? Because that is the most important thing right now." So the cop's like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." So Ian goes out about 2:30 in the morning right now, all the way out to Pittsburgh, because he had another vehicle with him, because of course. He goes all the way out to Pittsburgh and gets the bag and the keys. So we got the bag and the keys. The next day he goes out and gets the minivan. The minivan, it's clear that either he hit a cop car because it's a big black smudge, or the cop car pushed him in, with like cop cars will hit him with the bumper, because it had a big black smear across one side. And then it looks like he might have hit a tree or a pole or something. Not hard, probably as he was trying to drift around a corner. Grand Theft Auto style, he knocked something and he bashed in, not horrible, but did some damage to one side, one of the panels. But he got the car back in like 4 hours. And the guy, he gets a phone call at 4:00 in the morning after he'd gone to sleep, wakes up, and they're like, "We got the guy." Guy had to come out sometime. So I guarantee you that there is a criminal sitting in the Contra Costa County Jail right now who is wondering, how the fuck did they find me that fast? And they have no idea why. So here's the moral of the story. Get a fucking AirTag. And the other, and put it in your car. Just put it in your car. Trust me. Because that conversation went from, what are we going to do? The minivan's gone. We'll probably find it wrecked or abandoned or, parted out, to all of a sudden, all the cops in a city over going ballistic looking for a Dodge minivan. I mean, they were hunting it like it was the minivan they were hunting it like it was a luxury car. The minivan now has a name, the Lamborghini, because they were hunting it like it was a freaking Lamborghini, because they could catch him. They knew they were going to catch him. This is what cops get into being cops for. So get yourself an AirTag, put it in your vehicle. Trust me. Yes, they're looking in on you. Yes, whatever. But, he got the minivan back, and with pretty minor injuries compared to what could have happened. And the only thing he lost was a small JBL Bluetooth speaker and the car keys. Homie ran with the car keys or dumped them or whatever. And we asked the cops if, when he was arrested, did he have the keys in his possession? He did not. So he's lost the car keys. So, the other thing that I would recommend, just in case, get a second AirTag and put it on your goddamn car keys. Because if we had an AirTag on the car keys, we could actually go find the car keys right now. Thank you. Thank you for the link. Man, best best $90 I ever spent to put an AirTag on 2 of my dogs and, I had 2 spares. Well, 1 in my camera case and 1 spare. Best $90 I have spent. And, so that's the story of the high speed of the minivan, the car thief, the AirTag, and the police. So yeah, no, it was not a carjacking in San Francisco. No. And it's been an interesting couple of days. And that honestly, that is why I'd said that we were going to do it on Wednesday. Why I didn't do it on Wednesday, because Ian and I were supposed to pick up this heater on Tuesday, but he got his van stolen the night before. So that kind of fucked up all of the plans. So we had to cancel it and do it Wednesday. Well, Wednesday we did it, and we arrived a little bit late and they were gone. So we had to reschedule for today. So that's why we only have a little while to talk to you about it. Yeah, I love happy endings too. It's a happy ending for everybody except the guy. Oh, and on top of that, the other thing that was very satisfying of being like the person. I mean, I was in Command Central because, of course, I'm tracking him on my phone. I'm on the phone with my brother with my AirTag. I have 2 sets because Kevin had a set of earbuds and I had a set of earbuds. I had to go through both sets of earbuds because I was on the phone for so long. But the other thing is that we have very high definition cameras all over that place. So we had instant access to it because he stole it. He probably had no idea, but he stole it from one of the owners of the property. So all of the cameras, we instantly had his picture. So the cops are like, where is he now? And I'm like, he's at this address right now. As of 3 minutes ago, he is at this address. And then they're like, do you have a description? I'm like, do you want a picture? I've got a photograph of his face and what he's wearing. And people are like, yeah. And I'm like, here's a high definition photograph of what he looks like. And they're like, well, do you have any video of him actually going in and stealing the car? It's like, from what direction? We've got multiple directions that you can see that. So yeah, it was great because they kept on it was like I could just deliver photographs and everything as fast as I possibly could. So yeah, it was a fun night. It was a fun night. It took me another hour or so to be able to like come off of the adrenaline high of essentially, directing the cops to my brother's minivan. But yeah, I eventually got to sleep. But yeah, it was a rough day. The next day. Just say that. So that is the story. And I'm probably gonna have to make Nick watch this so I don't have to repeat the whole story all over again. But I'm probably gonna talk about it in the podcast on Sunday. But you've got like the unabridged, full all details. So yeah, go out. If you have an iPhone, you could literally buy it in your Apple, like your Apple ID and your iTunes. I think it's your iTunes or maybe it's your app store. You can buy it through your phone. Just go buy a 4-pack of these AirTags and stick them in your car. If you have multiple cars, stick them on each car. Then stick them on your keys. Because honestly, you're going to lose your keys anyway. The keys are kind of good because you can actually make them make a sound, so you can actually locate them if you're within a close vicinity of the AirTag. But the value of if we had an AirTag on those keys, this would have been a nearly perfect recovery of that vehicle. And the other, Ian just told me about the other like bit of like super lucky news. That guy is the luckiest motherfucker I have ever known. So it blew 2 tires, flattened 2 tires, because of course, spike strip. Ian was like, God dang it, it's going to cost me like $300 to do them. Fuck yeah. He was really pissed off that he had to buy new tires. So he was thinking maybe he could patch him. And of course, Big O, we've got Big O right next door to us, and they all know him. So they're like, okay, yeah, we could patch one of them, but one of them we can't patch. So Ian goes on to where he bought the tires from to go buy another tire. And he just happens to look up the old tires. He wanted to find exactly the ones he bought before, and finds out they had a 2-year warranty on road hazards. So he calls the tire company, goes, my van got stolen, and it got, high-speed chase spike strip through 2 of the tires. Does that count as road hazards? And they're like, somebody was driving it. It was on the road. It's a hazard. So he's going to get his tires for free to replace them on top of everything. So yeah, a car theft story, grand theft auto story that has an absolutely happy ending. And it's almost nearly perfect happy ending. So, all right. How long ago did my brother call? Because I have to be there. It's going to take about 30 minutes to get there, and then we're going to leave. So I have to look to see how long, because I have to change my clothes, because I really don't want to go out there, looking nice. Stand by. Where's my phone? My recents. He called at 4:13. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's only 20 minutes away. But I should go. So thanks for being here. I'm sorry it wasn't a longer show, but I like to think that it put quality, if not quantity. Have a great night, everybody. Take care. Remember, buy some Airtags, because the car you save might be your own. Talk to you guys later. Bye.